So there was a comment on one of my other videos about how, because abortion access is protected in Minnesota, that a federal ban won't affect that. And I am not a legal scholar. I'm a reproductive mental health therapist, so I pay pretty close attention to these laws. But if there's a lawyer on here that has some better insight, great. My understanding is that the Comstock Act would supersede that, which is a 1870 something law about mailing contraceptives or abortion materials in the mail. And so since a lot of people get their care through telehealth, that it would effectively outlaw like getting access to abortion medication via the mail. Comstock Act. And that would supersede any state's constitution. Doesn't really matter. I don't know why. That just seems to be the case. Additionally, Jessica Valenti, if you're not following her on here, you should. She talks about the different language that anti-abortion activists use to talk about the national ban and just generally what they're doing with abortion law. So be on the lookout for words like a national standard instead of a national ban, because of course people don't, it's wildly unpopular in America to have an abortion ban. So they're going to try and sneak it in a different way with some different language potentially. So be aware of that. And notice how all the language is about knowing better what women need than what women do and what doctors do, right? So when Trump said, I'm going to protect women whether they like it or not, pay close attention to that kind of language, because we generally talk to women in America like they are, we infantilize them. They don't know how to make decisions. They're so silly and they're so dumb. But the language about caring for you, and this is really for your own good, some of the same stuff that was said to about slaves too, right? Like, oh, it's for their own good. Can you imagine where they would be if we didn't, take care of them? They're using that kind of language about women even now, right? And since then, but notice how they're using it in terms of restricting women's rights, right? Some of these big mega pastors, and of course their names aren't coming to me at the moment, but I will try and list them below, talking about repealing the 19th Amendment, that women shouldn't vote because they don't really need to, and then their husbands will vote for them, and it's a family vote, and that's actually better for everyone. So pay attention to people telling you what's better for you. But I hope this helps understand a little bit about how they could enact an abortion ban without even, effectively, without even Congress, although they are going to have control of Congress. And I think also depending on who they put in charge of the FDA, that could impact the ability to get mifepristone, which is the main abortion medication used in America. As well, it's also used to help with postpartum care to prevent hemorrhage and other things. So it's a really useful and helpful medication. Not having access to it in some states is already a problem, and women are being harmed by it, and women are already dying. So sad. There you go.